This video will be about analyzing in the AP English Language and Composition argument essay, which is question number 3 on the exam. I think the analysis here is very different from the rhetorical analysis, question number 2, and the synthesis essay, question number 1, because I think that the analysis here has a lot more to do with application than it does in the other essays. Application is not exactly analysis, but the way you would apply in these for the argument essay, the application contains within it some analysis. So here's what I'm talking about. You're either going to have a quote or a concept to deal with on the AP English language exam for argument. In 22, it was a quote. In 19 and 21, it was concept. In 20, it was COVID, so there was no argument question. In 18, 17, and 16, it was quotes, and in 2014 and 2015, it was concept. So you can see that they go back and forth between these two types of questions. So your introduction will have established your definition of what the quote means to you or what the concept means to you. It will establish an explanation. The key then in the body is to have specific textual evidence. And the way to get that specific textual evidence, I teach my students the concept of CHORES. The CHORES is an acronym that stands for current events, history, our experiences, readings, entertainment, and then sports and science. There are others that are just as good, like SpaceCat. I know that's popular with a lot of teachers, but I use CHORES. So your textual evidence is going to be personal. You have to come up with your own textual evidence. And I find that students often have a hard time then analyzing their own personal textual evidence. Even though you can analyze the passage for the rhetorical analysis very well, and even though you can analyze the sources for the synthesis essay very well, sometimes it's a lot harder to see how to analyze your own personal textual evidence. And to me, the way to do that is to constantly be applying your textual evidence to the quote or the concept. So if you're dealing with a quote, that quote comes up again and again and again in the body. I don't necessarily mean that you're quoting the whole quote in every single body paragraph, but you're referencing the quote very specifically. You're constantly saying, this is why I'm talking about this textual evidence. This textual evidence supports the quote. If you're doing a concept, for example, in 2021, the concept was perfection, the perfectionist student. So that word perfectionist or perfection should come up again and again and again in the body. Whatever it is you're telling me about, if you're using a reading example and you're saying that Atticus Finch is a perfectionist, you need to tell me that over and over and over again so that I don't forget why you're talking about Atticus Finch. So it's a lot of application. It's application of your textual evidence to the prompt. The prompt comes up more in the body here than probably the other essays, although it is important to bring it up in the other essays too. But I think it's crucial to this essay because it's an easy way to create analysis.